Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this very, very special segment today. We are talking about Amaron Batteries. Well, to speak about that and to tell us more about that, we have the sales manager, Michael Spyro, here in the studios with us. Michael, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Umesh, and thank you so much for having me here today. Very excited.
It is wonderful that you are here. Now, as we know today, in today's day and age, with the cars and everything, and the environment and taking that into account as well. So we'll talk about all of those. So batteries play a vital role because everything these days, need to be battery powered, and that way they're saving the environment and everything. So, right. Number one, today we are talking about Amaron Batteries. So, could you please tell us about Amaron Batteries?
Of course, I'd love to. The Amaron batteries are made, obviously, as we know, in India. They're made by a company called Amaron Batter, and they are based, the manufacturing facilities is based in Chennai, so south of India. And the company has been going since 1985, so we're talking about 36 years been in India. They're doing really, really well, manufacturing about 40 million batteries a year and distributing around 38 different countries. My name is Michael Spyro, and I represent a company today called Battery House Australia. We are the importers of the Amaron batteries here in Queensland and Northern Territory, and we also look after New Zealand and all the South Pacific islands. So we're talking about Vanuatu, Fiji, PNG and Samoa, etc. So the Amaron batteries have been known for around the world for being a very good quality battery. That's why the battery itself has a motto, and when we say Amaron, we say lasts long, really long. And it actually does last a very long time. I get customers that are telling me they've had a battery in their car for like 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. I even had a gentleman just a few months ago telling me that his battery lasted for 15 years in his car. So we're not saying every battery is going to last that long, but certainly it's a very good indication of what the quality of the battery is when it lasts a long time in the car. And we know that people are always looking for good quality, and if you're looking for a quality battery, then you got to be looking for the Amaron battery.
And definitely, people are looking for something that is reliable and something that will last a little bit long. So, Amaron does last long, really long, as you mentioned. So, okay, made in India and in the southern part of India, close to Chennai, as you mentioned. So, when did Amaron make ways into Australia?
Well, Amaron batteries have been in Australia for about 12, 13 years now. But really people are really paying attention to the Amaron batteries, because people who have had an Amaron battery about 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago, they're now going, oh wow, I'm going to need another battery. And now I'm getting all the phone calls of people saying, man, I've had an Amaron for that many years, I want to get another one, where can I get one from? They are simply the best because of the technology that's in them. The technology that's in the Amaron battery it doesn't exist in any other battery, and that's what makes it a very, very special battery, because it lasts long, because of the components in it, because of how it's manufactured, and because of the patented Sylvan X alloy technology that this battery has. It makes it very unique in the market.
Unique in the market, and that is a very wonderful thing that you have mentioned there, Michael. Okay, so Michael, looking at, of course, now you have, we know about Amaron and where it's made and how it got into Australia. So, just for our viewers and listeners, if you could tell us what are the range of batteries that Amaron makes?
Sure. So Amaron batteries, like all the other batteries out there, they come in different sizes, because you can't have one battery that fits on all different cars. So there is a smaller battery for the smaller cars, there's a medium battery, there is a bigger battery. So we do batteries from most cars, like we're talking about 96, 97% of cars we make batteries for. So we're talking about the small cars, we're talking about the 4x4s, we're talking about all the sedan, all the normal passenger cars, but we also manufacture, the company manufactures batteries for the trucking industry, so for the big trucks, and heavy machineries also use these batteries because they love them. They wake up early in the morning to start their heavy machineries in the farms, and they want to make sure that they have the best battery there to do the cranking in the morning in the cold weather. And we also have batteries that people use in generators and in all types of different applications. So makes this battery very, very unique. And we've just bought in Australia also the motorbike batteries. They just come from the same manufacturing facility in India as well, and they are what we call an AGM battery. And we have a few different size batteries for different size motorbikes as well. So the company is always producing new batteries for as people need them. They are very big in India, and just to let everyone know that out of every 3 cars in India, one of them has an Amaron battery, which makes it very amazing. And also out of every 2 cars in Singapore, one of them has an Amaron battery in them. So just to show you that when people get an Amaron, they just stick with the Amaron because they wouldn't go to any other battery.
And those kind of numbers are, huge when you look at India, and you also mentioned Singapore. So the quality and the reliability speaks for itself. So I mean, if people are looking at getting the Amaron batteries, you have mentioned before Battery House as being the distributor here in Queensland. So if people are looking to anyone just off the road looking to buy one, where can they go and get one, and who stores them?
Sure, thank you, Umesh. It's an important question. We are the importers and distributors, as I mentioned before. So we have a website, and our website is www.batteryhouse.net.au. That's batteryhouse.net.au. And when you go on the website, it has a little page there that just says find my Amaron battery. So in that you can put exactly where you're located, what sort of car you have, and I get that as an email straight away, and I'll call you with a location that you can get an Amaron battery from. We do have a few distributors here around Brisbane and also around other parts of Queensland as well, and Northern Territory and elsewhere. So if you're interested in getting an Amaron battery, I advise you get on our website. You can also email me at michael@batteryhouse.net.au, and I'll be more than happy to match you up with a distributor that sells the Amaron batteries.
Thank you very much, Michael, for that information. And so you have had it there, on the website, and you can find a store close to you. Well, right now, Michael, I'd like to, we know that the motto is that, Amaron lasts long, really long. So apart from that, what are the benefits of, someone using Amaron? Like, if someone was choosing one, why would anyone choose Amaron?
That's another great question. Thank you, Umesh. The fact that people sometimes go for a cheap battery doesn't really help their car. So when you have a good car and you spend good money on your car, you need to look for a good quality car battery. And the Amaron, everyone knows, for those people who have had an Amaron before, they know that the quality of the Amaron is second to none. Because again, like I mentioned before, there are technology, which is the Silver X alloy technology. What that means is the battery has a silver additive in the battery itself that combined with the acid, and that gives the battery the long time because it keeps the battery cool and it doesn't overheat in the hot weather. And that's what most people like about it. And the fact that these batteries also have the highest CCA in the market. When we're talking CCA, we talk about cold cranking amp, which is what everyone here in Australia is talking about. How many CCA? Well, if you compare the Amaron battery, you will find that it has the highest in the market. So your car would love you for that, because all the components of your vehicle work off your battery. They all operate off your battery. So if you have a good battery, then your car will be a lot happier, because all functionalities will be working for a very long time. And the fact that the Amaron battery lasts a long time, and that gives your car and you also the peace of mind that you're not going to be breaking down on the side of the road with a flat battery anytime soon. And
rightfully said, because these days, there's so much that cars rely on the battery, because there's so many different components that use the battery power, and of course when the car is not running, even then people rely on so many different things. There's so much electronics that go into the cars these days, so very, very dependent, and you need a good, reliable, clean source of the battery power, the energy that's coming there. So looking at the Amaron battery itself, as you said, we know made in India. Now, internationally, it is a very competitive market out there, we know.
Yes.
And, hats off to you to come, at least launching it here in Australia and in Queensland and all around. So that is, a great move that, something made in India, apart from, all our spices and curries and other things that we are famous for, that here we are into this technology as well. Yes. And people are embracing that. So, what is the future looking like, and the sustainability of Amaron moving forward?
Of course, the Amaron battery is what we call OEM, which means original equipment manufacturing. It's been approved by many car manufacturing companies like Honda, like Hyundai, like Ford, like Suzuki. A lot of these companies have chosen Amaron to be the original battery in the cars getting manufactured off the assembly line, and that makes Amaron one of those a highly chosen product that the big companies are always looking for good quality product, so that's why they choose Amaron. So with the Amaron batteries, high sustainability, obviously constantly making new products as the market requires them. So they are also the preferred supplier of batteries and backup batteries as well for the telecommunication industry in India. So the number one company that the telecommunication market will go for is straight away in Amaron made batteries. So we're looking at a product that is not just going into your car, but also going into big towers of telecommunications in India, etc.
And that is wonderful that it's doing that, because we know that so much power is required in telecommunications and other fields as well. So in today's day and age, even if you go to primary school, kids are all talking about the environment. Yes. They become more environmentally friendly, and I love your T-shirt, which is green. So looking at green, clean energy and those kind of things that everyone's talking about, petrol and the oil and coal and other things like that, there's so much topic that's, in discussion in world leaders. When we look at students, they're all talking about that. So, looking at the company and Amaron, so what's its policy on environment and, of course, controlling carbon emissions?
Well, as a big player, Amaron Batter in India is a huge player when it comes to manufacturing batteries and other products as well, like we said before. But let's just take the average person who has an average car. Let's say take a car that you will have for about 10 years, let's say. You can have cheaper batteries in these cars, but that means that you're going to break down or have to change your battery every 1 to 2 years. So in a 10-year life of a car, you can go through 5, 6, 7 batteries of the other ones, or you can use an Amaron, but because the Amaron lasts long, really long, like we say, you might only have 1 in 10 years, or you might have 2 in 10 years, which makes this amazing for the recycling. So instead of you recycling or being a part of recycling 5 or 6 batteries, you're actually going to be recycling less, because you only have to recycle 1 or 2 batteries, and that's a big thing. And every part of our batteries are obviously recyclable and can break apart and be used for other things as well. But that's what makes Amaron really good battery.
And thank you very much for that. And of course, the fact itself being that it is a battery. Battery powered as opposed to other source of power is sustainable, and it's also environmentally friendly. Well, thank you very much for sharing all this information. And of course, we know Amaron is a very well known name in India. And probably making inroads here into the Australian society and community as well. So when we look at the society and community, being a corporate company, what have your been social responsibilities, and how have you been connecting or giving back to the community?
Thank you, Umesh. Again, our company, Battery House Australia, who represent Amaron Raja here in Queensland, in all our territories, we love to be a part of the community by supporting and by sponsoring certain events. And one of the events we are very proud to be associated with is Ravishing Fashionistas. So we were a major sponsor with them, and we're also sponsor with India Day Fair that we just recently had in South Bank. And the reason why we're doing that is to let the Indian community know that we have a product that's Indian made, and you can also purchase it here and have it used in your cars, and it's made in your hometown. So it makes a big difference to know that you should all be very proud that there is a product here that is making everyone very proud to have it in their cars and to sell it in their shops for all our distributors here as well.
So Michael, once again, thank you very much for that information and for being part of the community as well. Yes, I'm aware of both those functions that you spoke about, Ravishing Fascinators with Upmakite, an amazing concept, and an India Day Fair run by Gopio Queensland as well, another
Right.
very good community based organization. So thank you for being there with them. So and once again, thank you so much for coming on the show and raising this awareness, as I am sure that many of our viewers and listeners might not have been aware that this is an Indian product made in India and available in Queensland.
Thank you, Umesh. And it's important for everyone to know these are the only green color batteries in the industry. So when you go to a shop and they have a green color battery on the shelf, and it's an Amaron battery, and I get people that are calling me from all parts of Queensland and all parts of Australia saying, "Hello, do you sell the green batteries?" And I say yes, and they say, "I want to sell your batteries because I know they are the best out there." So when you're looking for a good quality battery, look for Amaron because it lasts long, really long.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you for having me, Umesh. Have a lovely day.